As the world of online social media evolves every day, an electronic footprint of who you are, where you've been and what you're doing and so much more is being collected, whether advertently or inadvertently, and stored on the World Wide Web. Now this is an electronic version of who you are, from your IP or Internet Protocol address to your computer's exact location. According to the experts, this is what is called metadata.
Metadata is the information that is held about traffic patterns online. That does include where people are visiting and where they're coming from. So physical locations, or at least IP data is associated with physical locations, and where people are visiting and how much time they spend there and how much information they download. All of that sits inside of metadata.
Now, new metadata retention laws have been introduced into Australia and have caused quite an uproar. The government has said that it will spend up to $450 million for the sole purpose of tracking and monitoring any terror activity in Australia, in light of recent terror attacks that have taken place on Aussie soil.
The expenditure is it the right expenditure to look at terrorism? Is it the right expenditure to consider how to protect the country? That's the question we should be asking. So really it's I don't think anybody would argue that this is a highly draconian system.
Australians are worried that their virtual safety has been compromised by government intrusion. Under metadata laws, the government can hold any information they deem suspicious for up to 2 years.
And there may be requirements for telecommunications carriers to identify people who are using VPNs and then actually see how they can continue to track those people. However, that might also cause a problem because it would be seen to be an invasion of the Privacy Act and telecommunications privacy. So there are some technical difficulties with implementation of this law.
I think it's a step too far. It's a good sign that they have accepted amendments to the bill to offer journalists protection. They now need a warrant to access the journalist metadata, and that is a step in the right direction. But obviously, if an agency does, try to request the journalist metadata, then it'll be a very secret process, so the journalists won't be aware of whether it's happening. If access to the metadata is granted, they won't be able to guarantee confidentiality to the source, which could cause their source to possibly not contact them.
Metadata retention law, introduced by Senator George Brandis, comes into full effect in 2017. I'm Janelle Sauma for The Source News.